Ladies and gents, welcome to the Link to the Past All Dungeons RMG tournament. We're here, it's the grand final, it's game 1, Buane vs Eriror, and since I don't know nearly as much about this game as I want to, and since we have the big shots here with the Pathy Doc and M. Kotler, I will just leave it to them to tell you what's going on. So hey guys, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Yeah, after quite a few months of this, we're finally here at the finals. We got Buane versus Eri. I think a lot of people had at least one of these guys in the finals, if not both. Maybe a lot of people had Zelda in the final. He did end up losing, so we do have both these guys. Both of them have nearly identical PBs, both with low 110s. They did match up earlier in this tournament in the round 4 of the winners bracket. Eri had a little trouble in that one. It wasn't quite the close race that everyone expected, but Eri does get back into the finals against Buane. Should be a really exciting one. So the way this is going to work is, since Buane is the winner of the winners bracket and Eri came from the losers bracket, it's effectively a best of 3, but Buane has a game in hand because he hasn't lost yet. So Eri's going to have to win today and win tomorrow to take this. Buane just needs to win one of these 2 matches. So these guys being so close in skill level, I do give the advantage to Buane just because he needs to take one. Just needs to go, have a pretty good run in one of these. But Eri is incredibly good player as well. Can easily take 2 in a row here. So. But yeah, how you doing, Kozer? What do you think about this match?
I think it's going to be great. Like you said, these 2 runners have already met each other once in the winners bracket, and yeah, Eri had some issues, but I remember in that particular match, even with Eri giving up a lot of time at the very early stages of the run, he clawed way back to make it a pretty close and exciting match as we were coming down to the end. So just to show that neither of these runners are miles ahead of the other. Like you said, they both basically have the same PP, and anything can really happen in here. So it's going to be pretty darn exciting. I know Eri's been on a tear looking for his 109. We'll see if he ends up getting it today. Buane also very, very close to his 109. Did see Eri decide to walk back for that heart refill, interestingly. Both of our runners already taken some beatings in what is normally just a walkthrough of a segment in Escape here.
Yeah, you can always, especially the courtyard, the guards just be in the wrong spot or that green guard hallway. But yeah, I mean, these guys are like, they're good friends. Like they started together. They started the RMG tournament back in 2018, and now they're kind of like the vanguards of like the new wave of this game. Some of the newer players have joined the last couple of years, and they've both become top players. So it's great to see them playing each other. Both with Eri with the 123, now Buane with the low 124 in RMG. So they're just really good in all categories. Really good, just playing everything. So.
Eri actually pointing out, I didn't quite notice this, he got actually Link State in going into Hyrule Castle, which is probably why he ended up taking extra damage and whatnot. But Link's... Sure.
Link, I'm pretty sure they're in Link State right now.
What Lonk State is you can still move Link around, but he's going to be in this, like, basically it looks like he removed or added an additional frame to every part of his walk cycle, and you can't really use any of your items or anything like that until you get out of Lonk State, usually by taking a hit somewhere.
It's actually a glitch that's allowed in this category. That's not useful here. I think you see it in like the RMG mirror shield run.
Oh,
Once you get
really?
out of- Yeah, it kind of gives you EG-ish properties.
Okay.
Like you can walk through some like overworld walls. So yeah, but it is allowed in this. It doesn't. I mean, even if it was an NMG, it's not useful. Like you gotta get rid of it before you do
Right.
anything with it.
Right.
So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
activate time off. But yeah, even with that area is somehow basically tied right now.
How do you get into Long State? For Hyrule Castle specifically, it'll most often happen when you get hit into the doorway, the door transition. Yeah, like Chex is saying, and when you get hit on the transition to the same frame, into the inside Hyrule Castle, and so you'll be in that weird state.
Shout outs to Eri for giving us something to talk about during escape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Otherwise, it is a pretty boring segment. Nice snake rooms from both of our runners there.
Yeah, pretty much simultaneous key pickups here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was looking back at both of our runners' last matches. They both actually happened to be against the same runner, ALttP, who ended up being essentially our third place runner in this tournament. So, in addition to facing each other, they've had to face very similar opponents along the way.
Yeah, Dow had quite a run through this tournament. Just playing really consistently. Didn't quite get the 110. Still lower the elusive 10th 110. It'll happen one day. Once people come back to this category after getting tired of it through this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. So our runners gonna save and quit. Nobody with the rat frame is coming into it. Gonna save and quit. Go back to Link's house. Both of our runners are connoisseurs of the citrus clip, so not gonna see any differential in there other than whether somebody has difficulty getting the citrus clip or not. It's not a hard trick, but you can lose significant time if you just screw up one of your inputs.
Yeah, the main difficulty and reason you can lose buckets of time is if you mess up anything in the middle of it, you basically have to start over.
Right, it kicks you out.
Yeah, we'll see how well they both do. Both obviously going for it here. This is just a little minor time save here. Eri going with the
the boom strats. Yeah, I know.
Having just slightly below average ones, but both coming in basically with 114 entry, which is still saving seconds there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Doom Tap's the one that I've seen do that most, and might have been the one who got a lot of our runners to do it.
Buane, I think, is actually the first one that I saw really doing it, and then
really?
I guess he switched it, at one point to doing the swords. So it doesn't really matter. It's just whatever you want to buffer it with, do anything. But yeah, the completely optimally, like you can save like 9 seconds with that citrus clip if you just do it perfectly. It's one of the things I really like about this category is it's like NMG is just like this is what you do.
Right.
there's just one thing everyone's doing. Pretty much everyone has the same bomb route, which is minor differences. There's so many different like really small time saving clips in this category that you see a lot of different ways of doing it. Buane kind of famously has his Protestant church of clips. We'll see some different ones. Andy, in this tournament, the only person then really going for the Kiki sword clips. Some people know the ones in Hera. So it's just you can really just customize exactly what you want to do. And there's a lot of minor. There's only like 4 or 5 clips that you really have to do to really run the dungeons in this order. And
correct.
The rest are just minor time saves.
Yeah, time saves that you can omit if you really want to. Buane there's the famous Protestant Church of Buane swamp clip, but Buane just overall has a few different little Buaneisms we'll see throughout the run. I'll try to point them out as Buane strats, Buaneisms, like when we get into GT. Yeah, so he's a little outside the norm of even most runners, in my opinion.
Area on 1 heart here. Too much of an issue, but if he makes literally any mistake here, could be pretty bad.
Yeah, I think he can take a hit from that boulder right there, or that ball.
Yeah, now he's literally one wrong.
Now anything can kill him.
Alright. Does get out of the woods on his Armos fight.
Both of our runners with a nice quick kill on the Armos Knights.
Yeah.
You saw Eri do the Louis Pincus strat, while Buane did the more traditional top right.
Buane's in a little bit more of a hole here. He didn't get an arrow drop, he only got 4 arrows. Is going to cost him a couple seconds in pod, depending on which strat he uses. I think he's just going to get the
drop down arrows.
The only people I actually see do the pod mimics backup is me and FSG.
Yeah,
most people just end up picking those drop down arrows. You can get a pretty, if you do end up deciding to get those, you can get a pretty efficient bomb as well. Now
hold on a second here. I'm seeing Buane, who I was pretty sure was telling everyone how easy it was to get the early talk, not even move to the side for the early talk on Sahasrara. Is that normal for Buane to not move to the side?
I mean, it doesn't. You don't actually really need to move the side as long as you can hit that angle. I didn't quite see.
Yeah, he didn't rub up against the torch, is what I was saying. He just walked straight up.
Yeah, as long as you can still move cleanly around Sasha, it's fine. So we are going to be this Death Mountain. This is one of the absolutely mandatory clips in this route. This is pretty much what lets us skip most of Light World. We're going to be going right into pod here. Both having no problems with it. Buane actually catching up a little bit on that clip, so very well done.
Yeah, Buane caught up a bit with the Eri did the walk up to the DMA, while Buane does just sort of the unsafe dashes right outside the screen transition. So a little bit of time gain right there, in addition to
whole 10 frames.
The clip.
But yeah, this is really in the first, basically up until Desert Palace. This is really the segment that we can start seeing some gaps formed here. This is the very, very difficult segment. A lot of stuff can go wrong here. Not only the clips, but you got the Helma fight at the end. This is where Eri had a little trouble last time. This was the geeky skip, which is that's probably the least challenging thing about this split. So it was really odd to see him fail it so many times in a row. Don't expect him to have the same problems today.
Yeah, just sometimes when you're doing these runs, you could just kind of get the yips on one of your tricks. You can't really get your spin speeds correctly, things like that. Ooh, Eri showing us an upward clip right there. So he's going to have to set up again.
That's my bad, Eri. Sorry.
Yeah. Duck with the...
definitely commentator's curse.
It looks like he should be able to get it this time, yeah. But definitely lost a pretty significant chunk of time to Buane here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a one-frame input. No one is 100% on those. You're going to be, 95% on them. So sometimes you roll the crit failure, and it takes such a long amount of time.
Buane not actually picking up that bomb there, so he's going to have to find another
Well, if he gets
there are
the-
plenty of other bombs to get, but
if he's getting, like I said, if he's getting the drop down becomes incredibly efficient because it's right
yeah,
there.
that's true. That's very
So
true.
I expect that's what he's doing. This is probably standard for him, honestly.
Well, no, because he picked up the pot and the bomb was sitting there, but Link didn't
he
actually pick it up. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
left it.
Yeah, so he's gonna get that one. Okay. But yeah, once you've invested in those arrows, that pot is
Yeah.
that bomb becomes one of the most efficient bombs you can pick up. It's just right there.
And got a little chest turn there from Buane. Everybody get your links W's in chat. Coming up on to one of the more famous tricks that we do in all of Link to the Past speedrunning, the hammer jump.
Yeah, which is just kind of like completely blasé in this category. It's the
Right. Eri does have to pay a little attention, or we should pay a little attention to Eri, because if he doesn't set up his bomb correctly and gets blown off with the bomb and doesn't quite make it, then he's gonna have to go find some health somewhere.
It's one of the problems in this category is you really only have one shot at hammer jump because you just will not have any health. I've mentioned before, one of the you actually do in a race situation is get the key first, because then you can just go through the dark maze like normal and get an extra key that way in dark maze.
Mm-hmm.
It's still terrible, less terrible than going on the Great Heart Hunt, because you really don't have any options.
Right. But both runners make it through very, very easily. So no worries there. Eri is going to have to lose a little bit of time in this sexy statue room. Ooh, nice dodge there from Buane.
Yeah, the more hearts you have to pick up there, the more time it wastes. Ideally, you can only have to pick the first one, especially if you gotta get a little lucky with the helmet drop though, to only get one pot. Yeah, so Eri losing a little over 20 seconds there from that skip from what he normally gets in this, like that statue time.
Mm-hmm. Buane doing the swag boom. I believe Eri is an okay boomer. Connoisseur. Yep.
Buane having a little bit of a turtle party, is able to clean it up.
Mm-hmm. Doing the good thing of, if things go out of hand at any point, killing the top guys first, because they're going to flip first. On to our Homa Store fight. Probably the scariest fight and the big gatekeep for this category.
Yeah,
Buane with a very nice pattern. Just needs one more hit, and very nice fight from Buane.
The Helma's movement wasn't that great, but didn't get any fireballs. Eri not getting any fireballs in phase 1 either, but it's that second phase is when you really don't want them, so we'll see what Helma decides to do. Yeah, let's go for the fireball. But Eri was pretty quick, was able to sneak in 3 pretty quick hammers, just cleans them up. Very nicely done. It's another reason you want, you really need all your health here. It's not just a safety thing, it allows you to play the fight just so more aggressively. If you have to play that fight as a true Oko, you're really just banking on Helma giving you the best RNG possible.
Right. We also saw Eri taking advantage of relatively new hammer dash strats to extend his hammer hitbox even wider and further in. I think 3 of his 4 hits were hammer dashes, while Buane had an easier pattern, so he could just do the simpler hammer pokes.
Personally, I really like the hammer dash on the first hit while mass is still exploding. It just gives you way more leeway because you're in that lag, and because you're in lag, it makes it a little bit easier to hit 2 buttons on the same frame too.
Yeah, that's very true.
You don't have to get quite as close, and then you don't have to worry about the lag all of a sudden disappearing, and then you're just running into Helma. So it's a pretty good opening hit, and then it's a pretty good ending hit too, because it makes contact immediately, so it's a little bit of a frame saver there. But the 2 in the middle, that doesn't really matter. You can do either one.
Yeah. So on to Tower of Hera. Both runners pretty simple and easy. Hera clips. We're going to be seeing that a bunch. Unfortunate Moldarm guarding the way for Buane. Though in this category, your health in Tower of Hera isn't quite as much of a deal.
Yeah, I just want to enter help. Excuse me, Moldarm on like 2 hearts.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to get hit once, so you do have a little leeway here. It does have an option of picking up a heart and hitting Zuya. Eri missing the boomerang.
That's
pretty much the only way to actually. Yeah, well, the last second time didn't cost him time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, hitting that switch is really the only way to lose time in this room, so that's unfortunate.
Mhm. I believe when I was watching the Dow, the Buane's last match, he also he gets the boom dash, but he doesn't quite land on the pegs, and so it was interesting that he did the exact same thing here. Getting the boom dash is the important part. Just landing on the pegs just means that you get to take a little coffee break.
Yeah, I mean, for that reason, you really want to arrow late, because if you cancel early, now you got to hit this twice. So just the coffee break's nice, but it's not a time save.
Yeah.
Buane is going to be going for the early bomb jump.
Yeah, both of our runners are early bomb jumpers. In Hera, I believe both of them do not do it in Skull Woods.
Yeah, the Skull Ones one is a little trickier. I think it saves a little less time too, because you can't pre-cook it for nearly as long.
Yeah.
It's so much less costly to fail it in Skullwoods, but I mean, when you're at this level, even a handful of seconds, it's pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm. So we get to use our lovely magic hammer to trivialize this fight. Ooh, just a little early on that last hit, but still cleans it up nice.
I swear to God, Moldarm's hitbox is like randomized per, because like sometimes like it feels like it's gigantic and you get ones you shouldn't get, and sometimes it feels like you nail it and it doesn't count.
Speaking
like
of,
right there. I've like hammered in the opposite direction and it's counted before, and sometimes I'm like on top of his tail. It's like nope. Yeah, Buane pretty much maintaining his lead here. I don't think there's too much of a time difference change in that segment. Looks like Buane finished with 21:26 and Ari's 21:42, so 16 seconds. And looks like, if anything, Eri caught up.
Yeah, Eri gained a little bit of time. And like I was saying in their last match, Eri bled much more time in the pod split in their last match, but just as you kept on going through the run, Eri just kept on doing great split after great split. I think he might have golded a couple splits in that run. So yeah, even though Eri is behind, it's definitely not out of it.
Yeah, we got two pretty straightforward segments. I mean, some bad stuff can happen, especially in Skull Woods. But really looking at the desert segment before the next segment, where the tone of the race can really change.
Mm-hmm. So I know it's tradition to have a trivia in here, though I don't know if I have any off the top of my head for this grand finals here. I'm unfortunate there from Buane. Had the clean top dash, but was a little too close to the spikes, and it's that first set of conveyors is moving you down. So even if you're above the spikes, if you're not high enough above the spikes, the conveyors will move them into you. Looks like Buane not picking up the toilet bomb. Gonna be just sitting there on 9 bombs.
Bomb's fairly slow. There's not, especially with Icebreaker now, where we need less. Too many routes that actually need it. I guess Eri picks it up.
Yeah, Eri picks it up. Remember noticing that?
The other thing is bombs are so valuable in this route, especially in a race setting. Earlier bombs are definitely more valuable because if you make any mistakes, it's easier to fix later. I mean, generally, it's pretty hard to waste all of your bombs before Swamp Palace, like not having any in mire when we need them. And then, like,
unfortunate there for Buane.
There's enough in Swamp to kind of like get you back to where you need to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's technically 5 that you can get in Swamp. Well, I guess actually 6 that you can get in Swamp. So you like it completely available or you can completely restock.
Yeah, I mean, you can even actually go in with 2 and still be okay if you do like the Cane Dash and then like teleport Ice Rod Cave. You'll be fine. Assuming you don't miss the first cliff in Ice Palace, you know. So.
Yeah. Both of our runners doing their Thieves Town, their blind scripts, looking pretty well.
Our trivia question could be: Is blind a scripted fight? We just kind of blew the answer there.
Well, if we were going to do trivia, we need to have started it when we picked up the Maiden to give people time.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was rules.
Have you not listened to an Anders Likes Chicken commentary? Jeez.
It's impossible not to. Anders did like 90% of these commentaries.
That's very true. So Buane making it through his Thieves Town split. Eri also making it through. We had a 2633 sword up for Buane and a 2645. So Eri's still gaining a little bit of time over Buane throughout. Gonna be seeing our lovely frog here. Buane still pretty adamant about not doing Frog Door, while Eri definitely does Frog Door. So you'll be able to see the slight difference between these two strats.
Yeah, it's something like just like 20 or 40 frames. The Frog Door actually doesn't get any quick warps, but you just save so much movement. Ends up being a little bit faster. Excuse me. But yeah, there's a couple places the run can get blown up in Skullwoods. You got Mummy Statue, Mummy Hellway, and Moth. Really, the 3 big ones. I've already passed Frog Door. Potentially could lose like a minute there.
And the all important fin stash. Don't ever forget the fin stash.
Saves years. This is the finals. If we don't see 2 fin stashes, honestly, like
right, what are we doing here? Just hand the victory to Dow.
I think Dow did the bailing on the fin stash when he definitely.
Are we gonna have to like search back through the last successful fin stash? Give it to Thalane.
Surprise winner of the 80 tournament, Thalane. Alright, here we go. Buane.
Bonk.
Well, We got a
Area with the
uh-oh. Are we gonna get a no? Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I'd like to congratulate the lane on his
On
AD
his-
championship.
Buane coming up to the mummy statue room. Worst room in this category, for certain.
Yeah, it can either go perfectly or it can do the exact opposite.
Looks like it's going pretty perfectly for Buane.
Yeah, the real secret to that room is just pulling the statue down as little as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Eri having a little bit of issues. Ooh, and also felt like he let go a little too early, so he went to the other side to adjust.
I think he was fine there, but
yeah, he might have been able to get away with it.
Yeah, we can see Buane just doing just the normal bomb jump there with bonk strats.
Mm-hmm. And about to get okay, good. I'm gonna say about to get owned by that mini Moldorm. Ooh, Eri is pulling out the early bomb jump.
Yeah, maybe Eri was just trying to manipulate the RNG, figuring he can't have the finals can't end on a 2 missed fence dash, so it's pretty much guaranteeing a win for Eri. Force 2.
Yeah. Unfortunate Jenny for Buane.
And Buane even... I didn't realize left pot was... or right pot was also in the Protestant Church of Buane. Oh, this is...
Speaking of issues, Buane having to dodge these guys. Hopefully he gets there in time. Okay, got there before the door closed, but that's definitely some makeup for Eri.
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually didn't go for the heart. I mean, the second heart doesn't really help you all that much. Moth can still hit you, but you can do the old school or the like fire rod strat, and that'll give you a chance to.
God, he's just one hit away. Okay. Okay.
Wow. I mean, that looked like it was going to be about a perfect off, and then offed. I mean, it's the problem with being one heart there. If Buane had a couple more, he could have really
he could have tanked it and
the poke dash. But you get a little nervous on one heart. I think if he did go for the poke dash, he would have been fine. But can't blame him for bailing out. But that does let Eri pretty much catch up. You can see Eri's just behind. Just by a couple frames.
1 or 2 seconds. Yeah. Lovely Trez commenting in, and 2.5 seconds between the two of our runners. Not even, according to the splits. Looks like only 1.
Yeah, I think Eri is like a couple more frames ahead on the restream, just slightly. I think so. It's even closer than it looks. And pretty much simultaneous.
Yeah, pretty much sync right now. Both of our runners going for the spin, but Buane getting an unfortunate Katy Perry.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot. Like, well, no, I guess the hearts didn't matter because of the magic refill.
Yeah. So Eri in the lead, taking the. Well, I guess he had a lead at the very beginning of the run, but since pod.
Yeah, he didn't make it out of Link's house first. Yeah, this is definitely the segment where things can definitely start changing. It's pretty rare for your run to completely die here, but you lose gobs of time here. Buane kind of showing off why.
Yeah.
Not really playing it. I mean, he did miss the spin speed, but just getting some bad RNG here, letting Eri pull away just a little bit. But this entire back half, all of these dungeons, there's lots and lots that can go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is, still effectively a tied game right now.
Yeah, I would 100% say so. Eri save and quitting at 34:21. Buane save and quit at 34:26. It's about a 5-second difference between our two runners. Gonna see a little divergence. This is the aforementioned Protestant Church of Buane. While Eri does the bomb clip here.
It's Eri
Buane does his spin clip.
Can we save another 2 seconds there? Yeah, it's just, it's mostly preference. My theory is always anything you do on those screens is terrible. Even the plain ham sandwich is terrible.
So you might as well go for the fastest one.
Yeah, just do the fastest one. They're all bad. Just go for the fastest one.
Ooh, Eri with a whiff. Yeah. Eri not picking up the arrow pot there, while Buane is.
Yeah, 12 is a little low.
A little low.
It's just kind of, I guess not necessarily serendipity because we're sort of doing the same dungeons at the end, but basically you end up wanting to have the same amount of arrows heading into Vidi like you would in NMG, which is usually 21 magic number. So both these guys are going to be a little low on 17. Buane was very low coming in here.
Buane with a much nicer pattern in Popo Genocide.
Yeah, actually, Eri making a good point. Those DP arrows are pretty slow, actually. So swamp arrows being a little bit more efficient.
So on to our summarial. I'll just stop talking.
On our Landmo fight.
Yes.
Yeah, Buane having a little trouble there. Not getting the best RNG, but just messing up a little bit. Almost saved it with 2 slashes. He's going to lose another. I think that was the third one too, so it's going to be like a good another 6 seconds here. But it's fine. Nothing bad has ever happened in Mire.
Absolutely not.
I've said it before, but all the dumb frame savers we've managed to come up in the last couple months happened to be in Mire, which was already a dump to begin with.
Right.
We just make it dumber and dumber. So I think if Eri's on full hearts, he will go for the hover.
He definitely goes for the meme hover off of Samaria Bridge.
Neither of these guys go for the fast Mire 2 strat, which I always find interesting. So we do have a couple more bomb clips coming in here. I think they both go for the bomb jump as well.
The Buane's last match against Dow, he did not go for it. Ooh, Eri taking a smack from the
Looks like he's
the
not
bomb
going to be
there.
going for it here. If you're going to get that, if you're going to go for it, you want to get the key on the second pass through. Yeah, Buane coming in with like a 39.52 torches, which is still very good. That's still comfortably a one pace, despite some of the issues he had in that desert split and at the back half of Skullwoods. Yeah, we can see Eri here going for the bomb.
Ooh, and immediately falls.
Does miss it. Is going to let Buane catch up a little bit here.
Uh-huh. Immediately falling, probably the best time to fall in that, because you can spend a lot of time wasting time with buffers, and then to fail after that really gets away.
It's also the most likely fail. You got to get the spin speed off. You got to be in the right position.
Right.
You're going to fail it. You're generally going to fail it right away. And pretty much everyone who does go for it just does the one attempt at it. Throwing bombs after it is really just not the best idea.
Right.
Yeah, that does bring the game pretty much almost back to a tie. Eri maintaining a small lead. Oh, but misses. Doesn't get the dash turn correctly.
Ooh. So yeah, Buane back in the lead.
I think that's our third lead change of this so far.
I believe Eri had the lead after escape, and then Buane took it, and then Eri took it back. So yeah, third lead change. Ooh, Buane not quite at the right spot.
So both of them, we're up to our fourth lead change. Both of them messing up one of these bomb clips. Buane missing again.
Missing again.
Yeah, it's becoming pretty devastating, honestly.
Alright, he's got it this time. Okay. So losing a lot of bombs there. So going to have to find some bombs in the swamp, which, like we said before, is not going to be that hard. There's plenty of bombs in the swamp.
Yeah, I mean, this is generally the bomb count I have, because I go for the cane dash, so I want to enter Ice Palace on 4. Buane will need to grab another one somewhere, or he can just opt to do the cane dash.
We did see Eri do the patented Duckmeyer 2-2, so he does have full health coming into here, so we're very likely going to be seeing a meme hover.
Buane not going for it. Didn't need 2 heart. Wow, got 0 drops. But yeah, even if you need 2 hearts, it's still good to go for, because you can get a second heart later.
So with that, as long as Eri doesn't take random damage somewhere along the line, he's going to be able to save a little bit of extra time on the last switch that he needs to hit.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing some hucking of blocks into a void for no reason. Because we don't have the flute, I'm going to set up the spooky variable for us that you see in NMG. This does set a different variable, so we have to do it a little bit differently. You can't actually hit the first switch like this, but we don't need to because of all of our mirroring and going into swamp and getting the hook shot. So actually, it kind of works out pretty nicely. And then we're going to hit the third switch pretty much normally. Eri is going to make advantage of those beams, save hopefully another second there.
So Eri nailing his spooky. And there you go. See, using the beams there. In his last match, he also was able to do that, but he got bunny beamed, getting back because you take so much less time hitting that switch. You do have to pay a little more attention to that bunny beam.
Yeah, and Buane's gonna be entering his Vidi fight on plenty of health. It's the funny thing about this category because we get those fairy refills, half the dungeon. Like when you start getting good at this category, even though you come to this dungeon with less hearts, this fight actually becomes safer.
Right, because you in NMG you have to stick with the spike floor key hearts that you lost. Well, here it goes away because of our clip into Hera.
Imagine if Icebreaker was an NMG and we'd have to do this dungeon on this many hearts and do the damage.
Yep. But yeah, very exciting Meyer segment. 2 lead changes just within a minute. Not even.
Yeah, right back to back. Eri messing up basically 2 bomb clips. Buane just missing 1, but well, actually missed the same one twice.
Yeah, missed the same one twice.
So within just like a couple of screens, we had 2 lead changes.
So Eri with a 4507. Ooh.
Oh,
that's not something that you see every day.
I was just gonna make a comment about I'm not a fan of doing the menu there. I guess that's another reason not to be a fan of it. But that does allow Buane to
catch up quite a bit. If we looked at the split times leaving Misery Mire, the sword ups, Eri was at a 4507. Buane was at a 4527, so a 17-second difference between there. Ooh, and Eri picking up those extra bombs in there. We'll see if Buane does the same. Yes, he does.
Because they want to carry 5 bombs. They didn't have the option. Even with only 4 bombs, they could have like teleport Ice Rod Cave or something like that too. Like I said, there's a bunch of ways to kind of like fix your bomb situation.
Yeah, I know both of these runners do use bomb to escape from the back of Bomble Floor in Ice Palace. So I think they like to have 5 heading into ice.
Yeah. But again, even if that's your normal, like it's one thing about knowing a lot of the strats, either doing the cane dash or one of the cane strats could save you a bomb, teleporting Ice Rod Cave save you a bomb. But the other side effect of kind of picking up those chest bombs is they don't need any of the other ones in here.
Correct.
But will need both of the arrows though, so it's there's a lot. When you're trying to save frames, there's a lot of stuff kind of playing off each other.
Going back and forth because we're seeing Eri not pick up these arrows while Buane does pick them up.
Yeah, Eri made the point before that there's 10 arrows. Yeah. You have to pick up both of them for you to actually get 10 arrows.
Right.
So I guess he's. Wait, no. Yeah, he's gonna be in trouble now. Oh no, he's getting. Never mind. He's getting these. I forgot he wasn't in this. Yeah. So he'll be at 19 arrows.
Yeah.
Buane's gonna pick. He didn't want to be. He would be exactly at 18 heading to that Ice Armor fight. No one really likes doing that. So just grabbing those extra ones there. It doesn't take too long. Definitely. I think it's a smart idea to pick those up.
Still saving time in this split. Well, that probably tells us a little bit about his Argus fight.
Oh, Buane, getting some pretty bad pattern there.
Should still be able. Is he gonna be able? No, we're not gonna get a. We're gonna get 1 move after a 1 cycle for Buane. So losing a bit of time to Eri, who got the 0 cycle.
Yeah, that kind of hands back most of the time from that mirror. But we got Ice Palace next. We got the. We have
fabled mirror, Ice Palace mirror wrap.
Yeah, But it's pretty easy just to miss one of those mirror wraps. You saw how much time Eri lost for mirroring twice.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to do that on this clip or this mirror wrap here. The bomb clip can go wrong. It's got icebreaker. It can go very wrong.
Yeah.
So, plenty of stuff here.
Eri starting up with a 49.15. Eri missing the hook speed at the start there.
Hook speed's impossible. I don't know why. It's like the hardest trick in the game somehow.
Right, first try mirror wrap. Buane getting a spin.
It's been a shame. Yeah, both of them getting
That
first try. Okay, good. That might have been the top pixel. The thing is, like, the screen freezes either direction you're going to
no matter what you're doing, the screen's gonna freeze. So you just
it's like yeah, you're just praying. It's like, please go to the right.
Get that little pucker.
So moving into our icebreaker strats here.
Yeah, it looks like Eri attempted to go for the Buane strat, and Buane also going for the Buane strat.
No, not going for the... Oh, wait, yeah, I guess he is. Maybe not, I don't know. He's got some weird sub-pixel voodoo. I've watched...
Yeah, you can watch in the previous room, with the floor switch, you saw Buane tap one frame to the left before doing a dash, and that's him setting up his sub-pixel.
Made that video right when Icebreaker came out. I'm like, oh good, someone explaining how to do it, and it's just like him rambling about subpixels. I'm like, what is happening?
Okay. A little swirly on Lonely Firebar there, but Buane does make it through.
Eri getting the half block push. Yeah, Eri having a very clean Ice Palace. I haven't really seen anything go wrong on his side.
He did a minor hiccup with his Icebreaker, because he set himself up for a similar thing that Buane does, but like you said, he made a slight mistake, so he just reverted back to the other strat. The normal setup.
Very good Ice Palace from both of these guys. I think both of them have sub 310s here, which is very good.
Yep. So it was about 11-second difference between both of our runners leaving Swamp.
Downside of close matches is we got both of these guys in cutscenes at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, moving into our Turtle Rock. Eri with the 459 gold Turtle Rock. First person to pull that off. There's been a bunch of people who've been on the 459 Turtle Rock pace deep into Turtle Rock and have blown it. So congrats to him finally making it a reality.
10-second difference between our runners. Eri with a nice swim. Buane also with a nice swim.
That might be the hardest trick in the game, honestly. That's
swimming. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Buane
having issues. Almost getting sniped by the Zora there.
Alright, this Turtle Rock climb is basically one of the last few things that can be really like a big time loss before we get
as far
to
as tricks go. Yeah,
I'm talking about like the big 1 minute, time losses.
Sure.
As long as both of them can get up here cleanly. Eri having a little trouble with the teleport. Does get it. It's like he gets a nice climb. Should be able to get this. Yeah, and that mirror wrap is a lot easier because you have that quick hop that you can just kind of transition right into the other tap. So it's a lot easier to set up than the Ice Palace one, because Ice Palace requires a couple like other inputs.
Right.
Trickier.
Both of our runners getting into TR pretty easily. No extra damage. Oop. Somehow didn't hit that helmet with that swing.
I always lays that bomb down, and I always think there's like something wrong happening, like because I can't see the bomb. Like what's going on?
Yeah, I don't really know if it really saves you anything by laying it down. Nobody getting stuck in the Crystal Roller Key.
And if I do just tap A technology, Aries gonna just go ahead and menu early here. Same with Buane. I think the saving the menu is still like frames faster, but it makes that Pokies 2 room a lot harder, especially when you get that
a lot more annoying. Oh. Ari really wanted that fairy.
I'm surprised he really went for it. Back half of turtle, he had enough health even to take a hit from Trinex, I think. I could have just gotten the heart right beforehand too. So just playing a little safe. Although he was playing it safe but playing dangerously, so I don't. Ari famously has stated never go for health because you'll end up with less. So.
We see Ari did the
correct
the fast strat, yeah, for that peg puzzle. Wow. Buane went for a more straightforward strat.
Just slashing these Trinex heads.
Yep, no poke dashes.
Not caring about the precious refill frames. Look at Ari, he's got full health. He could have saved 32 frames here. Living the dream out here.
Ooh. Buane releasing that spin just a little too early, so was not able to get the double spin. Luckily, luckily had enough health to take one smack in the face and not getting hit a second time.
I find it's really the second smack in the face that's pretty devastating.
Yeah, the jab opens you up for the hook.
Yeah, it's having a couple of flashbacks to my defeat in this tournament. So we do have Ganon's tower left. Ari has been putting up just some disgusting Ganon's towers lately. The 650 gold, it's just insane. Buane, no slouch in Ganon's tower either. He's got a 702 gold, which is also ridiculous, just compared to a 650. It doesn't seem quite as insane.
So 5731 versus a 5745, so 14-second difference between our runners. Again,
Ari's skipping the hearts too. He has been taking those in this tournament, so showing a lot of respect for Buane there. Really feeling like he needs all the time he can potentially get. Oh, does have a little trouble with this clip. Has the second try. It still has a 39 entry though, which is a pretty good entry time.
Yeah, and Ari's last, I believe it was Ari's last match, he had issues with that clip as well.
Yeah, is opting to get the torch key there. Actually, I haven't seen that hook on the torch for the torch key. That's pretty nifty.
Yeah. I know Buane gets the torch key. In the last match against Dow, Ari got the the helmet. Maybe because Eri didn't get the health refill this time. He's a little more wary about taking the helmet. I know there's the backup strat that
that's
you take no damage.
There's the backup. It's just the backup's only slightly slower than the torch key. So like, you know, you can just kind of see how good your Gans tower was, and you can decide whether or not you want to go for it. So if you have a good one, although it's kind of like a slippery slope mechanic. It's your good Ganis towers become better, and your bad ones become worse. So
yeah. Ooh, Harry shooting the gap there with that hook. Unfortunate. Both of our runners, plenty of arrows heading into this Armos fight. Though, if anything happens with Eri, he won't be able to recover with arrows, and he'll have to sword one of them down, but everything's fine.
yeah, generally for guys at this skill level, this fight's not too big of a deal, but it doesn't require much for it to go wrong.
All right, just a little too much of a tap at the very beginning to your left, and then your next arrow up to kill that Armos Knight goes a little too far, and you know, things get out of hand.
Yeah,
Eri doing the safer version of this floor 2. Same with Buane.
Very nice. Next one.
Oh.
That's a block area.
Uh-huh. Facing the wrong way.
That block is dead, though, to be fair. Alright. Buane getting all of his arrows into enemies. It's nicely done by him.
Mm-hmm. Get to see the Buane strat of the spike room.
I tried to do this. Someone was asking me about this room, and I tried to do this strat. I'm like, oh yeah, Buane does this like safe version. And I'm like, I don't know how this works. This is like impossible.
Well, it's not looking good for anybody who wants to become an adherent, because he ended up wasting a lot of time in that spike room. His strat does not use a quick hop there. He specifically just holds for timing reasons.
He did get the good RNG in G2, but just missed the dash a little bit and then missed the arrow. So yeah, Buane just struggling a little bit. Eri's opening up, you know, a little bit more of a gap, which is exactly what Eri wants. I mean, this is definitely in like the RNG territory. But if it doesn't come down to RNG, you want to be 10 seconds ahead. You don't want to be 10 seconds behind.
Right. Oh, unfortunate there from Buane.
But the gap at the end of this race, the gap in this might end up being the fact that Buane got 2 Lambo 2 cycles and Eri got 2 ones. So this race is very close, and that's just about the difference right now. Should be about a 12-second difference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of unfortunate, Buane getting smacked on that bridge beforehand, and then here missing the bottom left Wizrobe. So bleeding even more time to Eri here. In this category, you're very likely not to see hovers. You don't really gain nearly as much as you do in MG from doing a hover here, because you don't get to save any sort of menus. Since we do have one more split to do, one more dungeon to do after this GT.
Fortunate too, because we were on the fire rod, and then the thing we want in Agatara is fire rod. But we definitely have to mirror between those two. So
Right. Yeah.
Well,
There was a
Harry,
nice triple on phase 2, but
yeah, I don't have his audio on. I'm not entirely sure that was a triple. I think it was.
I feel like the first one there was an overlap in the first cycle, I should say.
Yeah, we're pretty much moving into the RNG portion of this run with these Aga 2 fight. Buane definitely that's
triple, 100%.
no doubt that's triple.
But gets blocked by Aga.
Wow.
Should be able to, and then an unfortunate
Aga,
blue ball. What a jerk.
I mean, not much Buane could do on that. I mean, he had the 2 energy balls lined up on that second cycle, and Aga just barely despawned.
Yeah.
So losing a little bit more time to Eri here. This is, I mean, the RNG difference now is pretty significant. Eri's going to have to really take it in the teeth for Buane to have a chance here.
Looked like Eri ended up with like a 701 GT. Getting a sword up at 104.32. Or not a sword up, bat crash, I guess. Buane with the fairy drop.
Yeah, save him a little bit of time on the refill, maybe if he gets gets a full magic as well. But
yeah,
at this point, Buane definitely needs to give some pretty killer RNG to close this gap. Eri was just playing way too consistently down the stretch. Buane with a couple mistakes, a couple bad RNG. I mean, the Aga 2 fight was definitely bad RNG on Buane's side. He played it really as well as anyone could have played that, and just kind of got robbed. Buane does get that full magic.
Full magic refill, yeah. So it's gonna save a little time there, but like you said, it's not significant enough for.
Right, so Eri is gonna take the non-RNG portion of this race. However, the final score is determined post RNG. So. So yeah, Buane is. I'm not gonna say Buane is rooting for Eri to get a lot of blue balls here, but Buane needs Eri to get a lot of blue balls here. I'll say that.
Well, Aga is not providing them.
There's the one. If you do get through the first save without any, it doesn't cap it at 3.
At 3, yeah.
Yeah, we can still manage to get all the way up to 7 now.
Right.
But still, now it's capped at 3.
Right.
Just
only the one BB, so gonna need to be. Yeah, gonna need to be Ganon to do anything about it.
Yeah, but Buane's digging even more of a hole here. Well, I mean, he's not digging the hole. Aga's digging the hole.
Aga's digging the hole for him.
Yeah, Buane, why don't you just get 0 blue balls? What the hell, man? Interesting, because Buane's strat of being on a dead run to get the 0, not really helping him.
Yeah, not working here.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, Eri would need an unreasonable amount of warps. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Really, just gotta finish the fight off, just not fall. I think he probably even missed Torch Glitch at this point and still close it out.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because I mean, Buane's still in the fight.
I don't know how many Buane's gotten, but it's too many. It might have been the 6, honestly. Yep.
Yeah, I think Aster's right.
Yeah, so Eri getting the Torch Glitch, just finishing up his phase 4 here. Really unlikely anything is going to happen to him at this point. I'm going to see if I can curse him a little bit.
Wow. Just a couple more swings.
Yeah, and with that, as long as we don't have any unfortunate bridge incidents, Eri is going to end up taking this game 1, forcing the game 2, and there we go. Official time 1:10:23. Eri is going to take this one down, forcing the game 2. That's a just outstanding time. One of the top times we've seen in this entire tournament so far.
Absolutely.
So very well done by Eri. Is forcing the game 2. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 12 p.m. We are now joined by what I assume is Eri.
Yes, it is Eri.
Thanks.
So yeah, that was you had the Kiki skip prom early, which I completely cursed on you. Sorry about that.
Thanks.
But after that, there was the mirror incident in Mire, which you don't see, or I guess in Swamp, which you don't see all that often. But really clean run. Besides that, honestly, those two just minor things. Really, the difference between you and a PB, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Mire pretty bad. I filled the bomb jump, and I had issue with the Mire to Hera clip for some reason. I didn't dash turn. That was super awkward. The rest was just perfectly adequate. I had no super good splits. I just had a lot of solid splits, and that's exactly what you need. I was pretty nervous in pod, and the race was super close all the time, and it was only after in GT that it really started to separating more.
Yeah, I mean, we had I think we had ended up with 4 lead changes, 2 of them being within 2 screens of each other on Mire. But yeah, it was a really exciting race, really close. I mean, it was definitely down to RMG at the end. Of course, Eri, you getting the 1, Buane getting the 6.
Yeah. Speaking of Buane, we are joined by Buane, who came in with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 53 seconds. So GG's to Buane.
What's up, everybody? 6 blue balls for Apathy Duck. Sound appropriate?
Yep.
Are you wanting to call an audible, kick Duck off the comms team?
No, definitely not. GG, Eri, by the way. Looks like a pretty sick run outside of pod.
And Mire and Swamp. I had some incidents. The rest was just perfectly solid. Nothing super outstanding, but just a really okay run. And that's what I needed, I guess.
Yeah, handing Buane his first loss of the tournament, managing to get all the way here without losing at all. So that, like we said, that is going to force the game 2 tomorrow. That will be winner take all for all of this. But yeah, I mean, you too, Buane, just a really outstanding start to finish. Mire did what Mire does to both of you, and then just having a little bit more problems than Eri in GT.
GT was I'm not sure. The things were happening that don't ever happen in GT. I got the magic text box before torches. What in the world is going on? I missed Wiz Robes again. You can miss that once a month, but then you have to be on high alert to not mess it up again. Really, just the run went so far downhill after missing Fence Dash. So I guess that's the correlation, right?
I mean, both of y'all missed Fence Dash. So we've already declared Thalane the winner of
by
this
default.
entire tournament. Yeah.
Well, it's tough to argue with that, so I have to go along.
I mean, apparently Buane's wife thought that he was racing Thalane today, so hey, he deserves it apparently.
Yeah, shout out to Thalane when I said I have a race today. Are you racing Thalane?
I don't know how Thalane got the most mentions in this race. Didn't expect it to go that way, but I mean, you got absolutely robbed by both Agas. That Aga 2 fight, played it perfectly, and then he just hot dodged that second energy ball there.
Yeah, it's
phase 2.
It's always a bad sign when he moves so far away from his clones on phase 1. So even though I got the triple in phase 1, it was like there's so many ways he can move where it's not even possible, even if he doesn't give me a blue ball. So it doesn't matter. That's not why Ganon's Tower was bad. I messed up a lot in Ganon's Tower. Just really sloppy. Sloppy in the mid game, sloppy in the end game. Ice was okay. I guess that's really it. And my early game was fine. Actually, Pod was really good considering I had to pick up the stupid backup arrows.
The backup arrows, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you're gonna have to race your A game to beat Eri. And Eri's A game is better than my A game, so I'm gonna have to race like a full grade above Eri to have a chance. So I'm just happy that the race was so close. I was peeking at Eri's stream after most boss fights. So I knew like it's kind of back and forth, he's a little ahead. He has trouble in Pod. I have trouble in Skull. I don't know what happened in Skull. And then Meyer, I kind of said, okay, I'm not going to check again until after Turtle Rock because I know I'm behind. I don't really want to see by how much. So checked in after T-Rock, even though I had the Trinex party, it was only like 14, 15 seconds and said, okay, it comes down to out executing Eri in GT. So, easy assignment.
That's all the time.
For real.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
You actually had a brief lead in Meyer. Eri messed up not only the Meyer bomb jump, but he managed to mess up the Hera to Swamp 1, which is rare.
Yeah.
And then I think you know why you lost the lead immediately after that.
Yeah. Look, when a room like that is in your head, which absolutely Hera to Swamp is in my head right now, you can't practice out of it. I mean, I did some practice for that room earlier this morning, and it was going great. I think I actually had my fastest room time ever in my practice. But it doesn't work like that. You can't practice out of it, so I just have to nail it next run, and there's no other way to fix the problem.
Doing it in a run is such a different pressure than just going through the motions and in practice. It's crazy.
Yeah,
but
there's certain rooms that are just like that.
It's the same thing with Meyer Bomb Jump because I filled it in a practice run earlier.
So Eri, will you still equip the mirror before doing Escape Meyer clip?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know. It's the first time ever that happened, but it was pretty crazy.
Never happened before.
It's the classic speedrunning mantra. I mean, at some point you just have all the dumb stuff happen to you. But like, I've only been running this game for like 2.5 years now. I have plenty of dumb stuff to still do.
He was really an asshole for making you push that Y button. Just happened to you.
Wow.
Let's not underplay how hard it is to run this in this kind of setting. This category is hard to begin with. This game is hard to begin with. Running it in a tournament setting against somebody you know is really good. It's just like the stuff I was messing up in Escape and Eastern feels like, what is going on with these nerves? It's like really every run. You get the PB pace runs late, and you get those nerves start to kick in. Right. That's kind of what the entire run is when you're in a situation like this. So I put 50% of the blame on stuff that you just never see or never do in your runs on, just being human and having nerves in a big spot. Even
in like splits that you just go through the motions, like Feast on the Skullwoods, I was sweating buckets.
Oh, yeah. I dashed into the spike. I dashed into the spike in the room before Hellway. There's a spike there. Watch out.
Yeah, sorry, don't condone being human on ZSR.
Speedrunning in general really brings it out, right? It's just like you've done a thing 2,000 times, and then you mess it up in a way you've never messed it up before. So.
give us a nice little heart attack on your on your moth fight. We thought for a second it looked like you were gonna just get like he was just gonna give you the RNG, and then he retreated to his shame corner.
I went for that poke dash. The problem though, he went to the top left, and I wasn't positive if I'd gotten the double to start. So I made a half-assed attempt at going for the poke dash, but I was like, if this is not the last hit, I'm dead. So I poked it. But he was, considering one heart, he was pretty damn friendly.
Yeah, we said that was, one you can't be aggressive on that fight because you can't take any damage. Like it just, if he does anything that's not perfect, it can really. But I mean, you still managed to clean it up relatively. He came off. You're able to get the last hit in. But yeah, definitely gave us a little. I mean, I think that was really the only really. I guess your try next too was a little bit.
That's just like. You never mess it up. You know you have a huge frame window to release the spin, and you're just like staring at the screen. When's he gonna move? When's he gonna move? I don't care. I'm going now. Like, what are you? What's the thought process there?
Right.
I'm out of the tournament because of releasing that spin at the wrong time and just.
It's so funny. It's. I mean, that's kind of like one of these things that brings us all together, right? We watch people do speedruns and we see them make the same mistakes. Doesn't matter what your skill level is, everybody's doing dumb stuff, and it makes you feel better about doing dumb stuff in your run.
Well, we do get the bonus now. Either of you guys want to talk about your next opponents here?
Well, I wasn't aware really too much about him until today, but it turns out he's really damn good at this game. So gonna have to play a little bit better. Can't even really blame the bad AGA. Just a lot of significant time losses that can't happen if I'm gonna hope to beat Eri by anything besides blind chance, like what happened in our very first matchup. So gonna have to pull out the A game because the chance of getting Eri's C game is very small. Yeah,
I'm pretty confident. I mean, lately I've been just pouring like 110s, like this 110 in a row, like off runs that I finished and I had like 1 or 2 resets. So I'm not feeling too bad, but it's Buane. And like this week, Buane has been practicing a bit and doing runs, and he's like posting these screenshots of like 32 flat skull woods, and it's like 6 seconds faster than I've ever gone through that split. So that's insane.
100% need to get some psychological warfare. I was like, I've got to put something in his head, right? Like, look how scary this is. I immediately lose 40 seconds after that split, and of course I'm not going to post that, but definitely try to get in the head a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I know I saw you trying to get Eri to go for that Master Sword world record.
There's a lot of time in between today and tomorrow. Just do a lot of Master Sword. The problem with that plan, though, Kusler, is Eri could just get the Master Sword world record by grinding today and tomorrow, and then still show up and drop a 110.04 in tomorrow's match. So it doesn't really matter.
You could just pay me off to say that Eri's definitely not going to have any problems skip this time.
Yeah.
I'll send you my PayPal right after. Oh, you have my PayPal because I gave Lucy a poker.
I mean, first race it was 3 minutes. This race, it was only 20 seconds. So next race, it means I'm going to have no issues whatsoever, right?
You're going to save time on the clip next time.
Sure. Just do the sword clip. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll quickly ask Annie if he wants to fly over and just take over the controller at that point.
Co-op.
All right. So I know I don't have any more questions.
I mean, we'll see you guys tomorrow. So yeah, the finals, the finals, last game, winner take all for the tournament will be tomorrow. Again here on ZSR at 12 p.m. Eastern. Eastern Daylight Time right now. Eastern Standard, whatever. 12 p.m. We're on the East Coast of the United States.
Yes.
That's when it'll be happening. Slightly later, where areas. But yeah, hope to see you there. I think we will throw it back to Trez right now to close this out.
Sure, although I don't have much more to say. Thank you so much to both Apache Duck and to M. Kosler for doing comms for Game 1 of the Grand Final. So one more to do tomorrow. Already ahead of time, because I probably won't be there tomorrow. Eriror, Buane, good luck. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. and we're gonna be back tomorrow to wrap up this tournament. So, thank you all. Take care, and have a good one.
Peace.